All right, e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6. That much I can see. Well, luckily no Berlin.
Yeah, Alexei is not known.
Yeah,
it should be bishop c5 Spanish, but Magnus goes d3.
Okay, that's interesting because honestly, I always so castle he would go bishop c5, yeah?
Yeah. But you remember, if black would play here bishop c5, it's exactly like on Magnus versus Andrekin, when Magnus played bishop a4 and black would play a7, a6, just
yeah,
transposing.
Right. So Alexei goes for this, which is how it's called actually.
Yeah, it's not that principle. I mean, it's a very natural way of playing, but lately it hasn't been so popular.
Yeah, well, actually, the system with a6, bishop a4, immediate d6 was called like, how is it, like improved Steinitz defense,
yeah.
something, yeah? But then white, of course, goes d2, d4 in one go. So that will be sort of the same Steinitz with an extra tempo.
I like Alexei's reaction because he wants to get out of Magnus's comfort zone, yeah?
Yeah.
He tries to put pressure immediately on the king side.
Yeah, applies some pressure immediately, tries to kind of attack the king, and that's a first serious question for white. I mean, how do you react to f5? By not reacting, I'm not sure, because f5, f4 might be the next move. Yeah, bishop b3 check. Okay. King goes.
And the problem of this question, how to react, is that you see he has already spent 50 seconds. And those 50 seconds are quite vital in this game. And Alexei 249.
So ef5, I assume bishop takes on f5,
yeah.
Right?
It's not a comfortable choice for Magnus.
Well, actually, objectively, the position has to be good for black, right? It's not only
it feels.
that, yeah, not only he has surprised you. Knight g5.
So he continues in the spirit, since he gave already bishop b3 check. It's the logical way of
the idea
queen
now,
e7.
Yeah, the idea now that there is kind of no way back for white, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he has to prove that this attempt.
Queen f6. I like it even more. I was saying queen e7, but queen f6 hints on the f2 pawn. And after e takes f5, black can take with the queen on f5.
Attacking f2.
Attacking f2.
ef5, okay.
He can also take bishop and g4,
takes.
bishop takes g4, so
bishop e3, protecting f2, of course.
Has to be played, but now white seems to be under serious pressure.
Okay, ideally black needs to get somehow to play d6, d5 then, so to control e4. But how to do it?
Well, if you get that, it's almost over. But it's not easy to get.
Right, now I actually realize that the knight is headed towards e4, so maybe it's not that bad for black. Okay, now another serious question. After knight f4, do we take on f4?
Yeah, I think
that's what he does, and we go to e6 apparently.
I kind of feel like white
he goes to e4. I think white is out of the woods.
Yeah,
is out of the woods. I mean,
I have the same feeling.
Maybe we overestimated black's position, but nevertheless, I don't like knight f4 that much. Kind of simplifies things unnecessary. Well, takes f3, g3, of course. The most principle. I mean, it does seem risky, but if white's light square bishop gets to protect the king, I mean, f3 pawn might be quite weak, right?
Yeah.
Knight e3.
In fact, now I'm not liking it for black at all.
Yeah,
white seems to be totally safe, and bishop a6 is met by knight g4, and you lose the f3 pawn. And if you can't really hit the knight on e3, I'm gonna go d4 and bishop d5.
h4.
h5, protecting against knight g4.
Yeah. h5 intending to go bishop h6.
Yeah, right. So bishop d5 is met by bishop h6. Otherwise, bishop d5.
Knight d5.
No, but knight d5, you don't want to go away against Shirov.
You mean you want to keep as many pieces as possible?
Exactly, and then you also open the rook. I mean, the black rook.
All right, now I believe we are up to see a very interesting ending here.
Where white is pressing.
Yeah, queen takes f3, I guess.
Yeah, takes bishop e3. I can even play rook e1.
Rook e1, that's what I thought.
But okay, you take on f2 and take and knight d8. Still, it's unplayed with the fixed g6, h5 pawns.
Yeah, it's still
it's
white
a bit
who is
scary.
Yeah, he starts running with the king. Black will have to lose some time. But it's a choice for Magnus. I mean,
this is not a pleasant choice, yeah.
You probably don't want to take with the bishop, right? So he's gonna take with the queen. Takes, bishop takes e3 is a must. He takes immediately. But then I don't quite understand. Sacrifices the d3. Oh no, it's not a sacrifice. You can't take the d3 pawn because king e2, right?
Yeah. And knight e5, bishop e4, trapping the rook.
The rook will be trapped on d3. What a nice idea. So the rook has to go back, where there is no doubt white is better. d4. Okay, not taking on c6, obviously, yeah, because those double pawns might have not been enough.
Yeah.
And this way...
And the bishop is such a nice piece now on f3. You don't have hard to exchange it, yeah?
Yeah, but... Okay, rook e1...
This is somewhat surprising, because then he could have got that position from the other move order.
Yeah, that's a little bit surprising, because now I no longer think that it's that much better for white.
But as we said, these g6, h5 pawns are still
King goes to e3.
Target, and also what you do. You're gonna go c6, d5, then b7, a6 is...
I'm not sure about c6. Why didn't he just put a5, b6?
Yeah, but then the knight on...
then
the knight on d8 is stuck, so...
But this way you have all the pawns fixed on light squares, which is...
Yeah, that's...
Which is meh.
That's what scared me. But I saw that this is the principal way with black, and maybe you can get your knight to d6, knight f7, knight d6, and then you are stable.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to do. That's what he's trying to do. And then it's a big question for white if you want to play a5 or not. Bishop g2. This is something I don't really understand. Why black didn't play a5 and why...
He was afraid of some b4, and then how to answer that question. With b6, then the pawn on c6 might be... Yeah, a bigger weakness.
Now obviously Magnus had to cover c4 square so that there won't be knight c4 check. King f4, b6, or c6 does become a weakness. It will be hard to break through though.
Yeah, very hard
c4.
to c4.
I thought of this, but just for a bit. I mean, I probably just take.
Magnus done on 14 seconds, so really needs...
c5, yeah. Bravo.
Wow.
Takes, and who's better now?
Yeah, all of a sudden white can never win, but with this time white can even lose.
He won't lose. Oh, well.
Okay, bishop...
He won't lose. He's losing a pawn.
And if he's losing a pawn, he's losing the
pawn,
game.
he's losing the game. Knight c4. So he clearly overpushed it. Knight to b6, and you cover everything.
But then how to proceed?
That's
the problem. Then just so bishop d1 or bishop... Maybe it's a draw.
Maybe it's still
Knight's a draw, yeah.
Maybe it's still a draw because of those stupid pawns being weak.
Yeah.
Bishop d1. Yeah, that's a nice way. Yeah, takes. Yeah, the problem is you can never leave your h5 pawn because the h pawn runs too fast. Yeah. And Alexei Shirov, a bit of a joke, giving a knight away once again using the motive that the bishop of the wrong color, so h pawn does not win.